Your eyes might be hiding a secret about your brain right now, and most doctors will never check for it during a regular visit. In the next few minutes, I'll show you a 60-second test you can do at your kitchen table that may reveal early warning signs years before symptoms appear. Here's why this matters so much for adults over 60. Your eyes are not just windows to the soul, they're windows to your brain, your blood vessels, and even your nervous system. Today, you'll learn 9 simple checks and habits that could protect your vision, your memory, and your independence. Stick with me until the end, because tip number 6 involves a pupil test that can hint at one of the most feared diseases of aging, and it takes less than a minute. Let's start with something most people never realize. Your eyes are the only place in your entire body where a doctor can look at your blood vessels directly, without cutting you open, without an MRI, without any scan at all. When an eye doctor shines that bright light into your eye, they're looking at the back of your eye called the retina, and those tiny blood vessels back there. They're the same kind of vessels feeding your brain, your heart, and your kidneys. So if those vessels show signs of high blood pressure, diabetes, or even early stroke risk, your ophthalmologist often spots it before your family doctor does. Researchers have found that changes in retinal blood vessels can predict cognitive decline up to 10 years in advance. That's why a yearly eye exam after age 60 isn't really about glasses, it's about your whole body health. Now, here's the first test you can do right now, at home. It's called the Amsler grid. Imagine a simple square, filled with straight horizontal and vertical lines, with a small dot in the center. You hold it about 14 inches from your face, cover one eye, and stare at the dot. If any of those straight lines look wavy, blurry, faded, or missing, that may be an early sign of macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in people over 60. You can print one for free online. Do it once a month, one eye at a time. Many people catch problems years earlier this way, and early treatment can preserve central vision that would otherwise be lost forever. The next test is even simpler. It's a peripheral vision check, your side vision. Sit comfortably. Look straight ahead at a fixed point on the wall. Now stretch both arms out wide to your sides, wiggle your fingers, and slowly bring your hands forward until you can just barely see them out of the corners of your eyes. A healthy field of vision should pick up movement at roughly 90 degrees on each side. If you notice one side is much narrower than the other, or you're missing chunks of your visual field, please don't ignore it. That brings us to our next point, and one of the most dangerous eye conditions of aging. Glaucoma is called the silent thief of sight for a very good reason. It steals your peripheral vision so slowly, so gradually, that most people don't notice anything is wrong until 40% of their optic nerve is already damaged. There's no pain, no blurriness, no warning. Just one day, you realize you didn't see the curb or the car coming from your right. A simple home check. Cover one eye and look at a doorway across the room. Can you see the full frame clearly, top to bottom and side to side? Now switch eyes. If one eye sees noticeably less than the other, schedule an exam. Glaucoma can't be reversed, but if caught early, eye drops can stop it in its tracks. Now, before I get to tip number 6, which honestly surprised me the most when I researched it, let me share something that's changing how doctors think about cataracts. For decades, cataracts, that cloudy film that builds up on the lens of your eye, were considered a normal, harmless part of aging. Annoying, but not dangerous. Then in 2024, a major study published in JAMA followed thousands of older adults, and the results were striking. People who had their cataracts surgically removed had a significantly lower risk of developing dementia compared to those who didn't. Why? Researchers think it's because when your brain stops receiving clear visual information, it starts to shrink in the regions that process sight. It's the classic use it or lose it principle. Imagine you're 72 years old, and the world has slowly turned foggy and grey over 5 years. Your brain gets less stimulation, you read less, you socialize less, and that isolation accelerates cognitive decline. Cataract surgery for many people isn't just about seeing better. It may protect the brain itself. Now tip number 6, the pupil test. This is the one that surprised me most. Researchers have discovered that subtle changes in how your pupils respond to light may be one of the earliest physical signs of Parkinson's disease, sometimes appearing years before tremors begin. Here's a gentle version you can try at home with a friend. In a dimly lit room, have them shine a small flashlight briefly into one of your eyes from the side. Your pupil should shrink quickly and smoothly. Then it should reopen evenly when the light moves away. If your pupils respond very sluggishly, or one pupil reacts very differently from the other, that's worth mentioning to your doctor. This isn't a diagnosis. Please don't panic. But it's one more piece of information your body gives you for free. Of course, talk to your doctor before making any changes, especially if you take medications. If this is helping you, a quick thumbs up really helps this channel reach more people your age. Thank you. Now let's talk about food, because what you eat matters enormously for your eyes. There are two nutrients that act almost like internal sunglasses for your retina. They're called lutein and zeaxanthin. These powerful antioxidants gather in the macula, the central part of your retina, and help filter harmful blue light and reduce oxidative damage. Where do you find them? Dark leafy greens are the champions. Kale, spinach, and collard greens lead the pack. Egg yolks are surprisingly rich sources too, and the fat in the yolk helps you absorb the nutrients better. Corn, orange peppers, and even pistachios contain meaningful amounts. Many doctors suggest aiming for a serving of leafy greens most days of the week. Now here's something that might surprise you. Those expensive blue light glasses that have been marketed everywhere for the last few years, the science behind them is honestly pretty weak. A large 2023 review of multiple studies found little evidence that blue light filtering lenses reduce eye strain or protect the retina in any meaningful way. So what actually works for tired, screen-strained eyes? The 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds. That tiny break gives your focusing muscles a rest. Also, blink more often. We blink 60% less when we stare at screens, which dries out the eye surface. Artificial tears, good lighting, and not reading in the dark do far more than any tinted lens. Finally, the most important habit of all. After age 60, you should see an ophthalmologist for a complete dilated eye exam at least once a year. If you have diabetes, that schedule should be every 6 months, no exceptions. Diabetes silently damages those tiny retinal vessels we talked about earlier, and you may not feel anything until significant damage is already done. Let me leave you with the 3 most important things to remember from today. First, your eyes can reveal hidden problems in your brain, blood vessels, and nervous system long before other symptoms show up. Second, simple home checks like the Amsler grid and peripheral vision test take 60 seconds and could save your sight. Third, dark leafy greens, regular exams, and treating cataracts when they affect your daily life. These are some of the most powerful steps you can take to protect both your vision and your mind. Aging well isn't about avoiding every wrinkle or slowing down time. It's about staying engaged, aware, and in control of your health. You have more power than you think, and small, consistent actions today protect the years ahead. Subscribe for more videos like this every week, and let me know in the comments which tip you're going to try first. I read every single one, and I'll see you in the next video.